Did you all watch the Samsung Galaxy Unpacked event? Well, I did as well, but the more exciting news for me was that I had access to the devices even before the Unpacked event, and I have them here. This is the Samsung Galaxy Fold 7, this is the Flip 7, and we also have their new lineup of their watch series as well. We'll go through them one by one and we'll understand what has changed in these devices, starting with the big daddy here, which is the Fold 7. Now, the Fold 7 was teased a lot by Samsung before the launch. They spoke about how slim it's going to be, how thin it's going to be. Yes, it is thinner than the older one. This is now 4.2 millimeter when unfolded as compared to the 5.6 millimeter on the Fold 6. So it's thinner. How thin? If I stack two of these dirhams on one on top of the other, that's probably how thick now the Fold 7 is when it's unfolded. When folded, it's at 8.9 millimeters now as compared to the older Fold 6, which was at 12.1 millimeter. The phone's not just slimmer, but the displays have improved as well. As compared to the older one, which had a 6.3-inch display, this now has a 6.5-inch display on the outside with thinner bezels, because of which it has a complete brick phone-like feel. So it feels a complete phone right here at the start. And then when you unfold it, this is now an 8-inch screen on the inside as compared to the older one, which was about 7 something. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. It's because this is what matters right now, is this real estate in this form factor. But now, yeah, that got me thinking that probably with all the shrinking and the expansion that has happened here, but mainly dominantly the shrinking here or the slimmerness, they will compromise on the battery. Well, they haven't really improved it. It's still the 4400 milliampere battery from the last year's phone. That being said, yes, there's no improvement in the battery, but there's an improvement in the processor. You do get the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor, which is a 3nm processor, because of which it's a powerful processor and also a much more power efficient processor, because of which, yes, this will last longer than what your Fold 6 would. So in a way, I still feel that with this form factor, with the processor, it is still a good start for Samsung. When the Fold 6 was launched, not many of us were excited because we expected a lot from Samsung. And then Samsung did launch a newer, improved variant of the Fold 6, but they did it quietly under the wraps in South Korea. That's all. That was the only market that they launched to. So this year we had high expectations from Samsung Unpacked, and yes, I somehow feel that they have met our expectations. They will possibly upgrade the batteries in the coming variants, but that's yet to see. Now, they also upgraded the cameras here. We do get the flagship cameras from the S25 Ultra onto this phone, which is the Fold 7. You have a 200 megapixel main sensor, there's a 12 megapixel ultra wide sensor, and a 10 megapixel telephoto lens. There is improvement on the inside as well. Initially, on the Fold 5s, the 6, even the previous generations, you had a camera which was underneath the display. Then the pixels will go out, and then you would have the sensor, which was a 4 megapixel sensor, which would then try and process image. What we have now is a proper dedicated 10 megapixel camera right here with a punch out in the main display, in the 8-inch display on the inside. This is going to be a much more usable camera lens as compared to the older ones, because honestly, that was just too much of processing and it was not an effective camera to use. There's an improvement on the external camera or the main display camera as well, which is a 10 megapixel camera now. What has improved is the field of view. It's much more wider, so taking selfies, just holding your phone like you would do with your normal phone, is going to be something that is much more easy as well. Now, this has been with the Samsung Galaxy Fold 7. Yes, there's also improvements with the Wi-Fi. So you had 6E till last year, now you have 7. You have 5.4 as Bluetooth as compared to the 5.3 on the older one. The memory options remain the same throughout. Let's move on to the smaller brother, which is the Flip 7. Now honestly, I've loved the improvements on this phone and I've been waiting for this improvement. The whole of the folded display on the outside, which was a reusable real estate on the last year's phone, but this now with a proper screen and this punch out cameras at the bottom feels like a much more premium product as compared to what Flip 6 had I've never loved the Flip series of phones before, but this is something I wouldn't mind using at all. Like, it's so much more usable. I could have my navigation here. I could use this not for selfies. It's not my priority on these phones, but you could use your calendar. You can have your voice memos read out. You can use your AI functions. As I mentioned, the navigation, it's such a quick thing to just pull out and just check and just put it away without having to open your main display and then go to it. So if you're a person who's trying to disconnect from social media and be more practical, I think this is a good way they have done. I love the feel of this phone now. This feels like a complete phone as compared to the Flip 6. The display is better, wider, the bezels are smaller, and overall, it's been a great improvement that has come here. The battery has been improved as well. You had a 4000 mAh battery on the Flip 6. The Flip 7 now has a 4300 mAh battery. Yes, it does have the Exynos processor from Samsung, which is the in-house processor, but that's a 3nm processor. So it's going to be power efficient as well. With a bigger battery, you can do a lot more with this phone than what you could do before. You have a 50 megapixel sensor on the outside, a 10 megapixel sensor for your ultra wide shots, and then you have a 10 megapixel sensor on the main camera, selfie camera as well. Let's start with watches, and we have the daddy of the ultra watches, or the Samsung Galaxy 8 watches. I've already done 11% of my goal on this somehow. This watch has been around with people, and it's still done only 6,000 steps. Not bad. But yeah, this is the Watch Ultra here with the new colors, which is now available in blue. My favorite one of the three watches is a Samsung Galaxy Watch Classic. I've always loved the Classic series of watches. It's because of the bezel. And it's good to see the bezel back, no matter what you do with respect to touch interface. If you have a little bit of mechanical and a haptic feel and something that you can touch and feel, or in this case, rotate in a watch, this is it. This is the Samsung Galaxy Watch Classic. The Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra comes in 47mm. The Samsung Galaxy Watch Classic comes at 46mm. I finally found the Samsung Galaxy Watch 8, which was somewhere around, but yeah, this is it. Comes with the biggest changes possible as compared to the last year. This is the 40mm version. This is the 44mm version. This is the older one. This is the Galaxy Watch 7. This is the Galaxy Watch 8. What has changed? If you put them together, it's much more slimmer. It is definitely wider. It's because they have given it the silhouette of the Ultra Watch series of watch, which is nice. It also adds more structural rigidity, as well as sort of gives them more room to spread out the hardware. So it's much more slimmer as compared to the older one. Now, that's not the only change. They have given some other health features as well. One of my favorite features that they mentioned was the antioxidant feature. That way you'll be able to monitor the oxygen levels in your blood, and that way you'll be able to keep a track of your health much more better. Samsung's gone a big way in integrating Samsung Health in all of their devices, and it's going to be spreading out into the ecosystem. With the help of AI and the integrated health apps into the Watch 8, it's a much more usable device as compared to any other devices out there. So this has been our first impressions on the Samsung Galaxy Fold 7, the Flip 7, and the Galaxy Watches. Honestly, I love what they have done with the Flip 7, predominantly with the external display. And I'm very much the next buyer for the Fold 7 with the new form factor and the way it feels. It's just a much more compact phone, a much more comfortable phone to hold with a much more usable display on the outside when I do not want to use the 8-inch beautiful screen on the inside. Can you all see Mayur there? It's how clear it is. Yeah. This has been our first impressions of the Samsung Galaxy's ecosystem that they just unpacked for us. This is Aurelius from the Cornea Impressions signing off. For more such tech updates, reviews on cars and motorcycles, and also watches, we do. Like, subscribe, and leave us a comment if there's anything in particular that you guys would like us to cover on this channel. Have a great evening ahead.